Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Let's Play Car Mechanics Simulator 2015. We've got this lovely car here. What is it actually called? It's the Sakura GT20. And we've just replaced all the air filters in the fuel filter, and now we have to go to the underside of the car because we have to, well, replace stuff that's wrong down here. So first, where's the oil filter? There it is. So we have to put a new one in, there. And then we have to go to the mufflers, replace that with a new one. Look at that, lovely. And now there's brake stuff that we need to do. Pads, yeah, pretty much almost all the wheels need help. So this car is gonna be in pretty good shape. I mean, most of it, look, most of it is in very good shape. So yeah. This guy is a proud owner of a classic. There we go. Retro. Nice. Alright, next wheel. Yeah, I can already see the rust in there. That one will need... Yeah. Wait a second. No. I think this is actually fine. What is the ventilated disc at? Didn't say. Wait, what was it? 64 is the minimum. Yeah, it was 27. Okay. So this one does need the new stuff. There we go. And the retro wheels. Awesome. That looks awesome. Can see the rust in there. The pad needs replacing, I believe. The caliper is fine. It's actually in very good condition. The pads are horrible. So, assemble mode. Come on. There you go. Alrighty. And we are done. Well, not quite. There's one more. The pad here is pretty bad, so I believe that needs replacing. There it is. And assemble. 73, that's pretty good. We actually took it from the other side because we didn't have to. And yes, I was thinking about that, if you're already screaming at the screen, or were. Alright, there we go. I'm always confused about people saying, I'm screaming at the screen, blah blah blah. I mean, are they not aware that the screen is an inanimate object and it cannot reply? And it does not care? Weird. Anyway, right. Tapping sounds from engine bay, replace engine oil and filter, replace all filters. Well, that should be quite interesting. Let's take that. No list provided, which is fine, because we're an expert mechanic now, and we can do everything we like. So, oh yeah, we have enough experience. Huh, well, tablet, don't really need a tablet at the moment. I don't, what is it? Oh yeah, it allows you to buy stuff without going to the computer, right? That's kind of cool. But I think I will take the compression tester, because that's the one thing that's cool. You don't have to take the entire engine apart, you know, to test it. So let's do the, wait. It said tapping engines and filters. Where's my... There, compression tester. So what you do is basically you just wait. And this goes like that and tells you that everything is okay. Or if it's not. Yep, everything is fine. Because they want 73%. There. So tapping sounds from engine base. Something in the engine is not right, and I can already see the filter. But that's just the filter. Let's take that off. The oil filter. Ah, air filter also needs replacing. But that's fine. We already know that. Ugh, that is a horrible air filter. It's completely black. It also said replace the oil, right? Maybe the timing belt, but... Let's check the belts. I mean, these are fine. Boom, boom, boom. Well, let's go for this. I think it might be the timing belt. Although, why would it tap? If it was a timing belt, it wouldn't really do that, I think. Let's check it. Is it? I mean, otherwise the thing is in very good condition. Timing belt. Yeah, it was a timing belt. High five. Look at that. How about that? Alright. So, timing belt and oil filter. Timing belt. For a normal one. Oil filter. Fuel filter. What else do we need? Change oil. Fuel, oil, air filter. Oh yeah, did we buy an air filter? We haven't, have we? Air filter. There we go. Alright. Let's put a new shiny air filter in. Well, it's not shiny, but it's certainly in much better condition than the previous one was. That was just horrible. See, the cool thing about air filters is that they prevent all the gunk and horribleness from going into your cylinders. Because if you get horrible stuff in your cylinders, it's usually not a good idea. Although, I have heard stories of... if you remember my story about me taking out the spark plugs from my car and actually one of them breaking because it was stuck and the ceramic falling in... Well, I've heard that some people have just, you know, said, screw it, turn on the engine, and it worked fine. It just spewed them out at the back, which is crazy. You know, I guess they didn't really care much whether the engine blew up or not. But there you go. So, yeah, engines aren't really that, you know, dainty or vulnerable as one might think. You know, oh my god, everything is going to go wrong. So yeah, it's pretty cool. That's some horrible looking oil. So let's do that. Alright, that's good. What else have I not? Timing belt. Oh yeah, we haven't changed the timing belt. Okay, that's all we need to do actually. So that's good. Bring it down. Put in the new timing belt and change the oil. Assemble mode. There it is. Nice. Yeah, otherwise this car is in very good condition. Everything is nice and shiny. It's probably fairly new. The pulley, the roller, the belt, the tensioner. There we go. Alright. And now the oil, of course. Jeez. Alright, there we go. Excellent. We are done. Yeah. Alright. I think we might get the test track soon enough. Wow. Find and fix all engine problems, lack of engine power, replace engine oil and filter, general running gear control and repair, loud when accelerating. Bloody hell, there's a lot of stuff wrong with it. And look at this, we're almost, you know, we're about 200 XP away from the Mercedes-Benz 560. Let's take the job. Exciting. What I really want to do is do old classics though, you know. Well, I mean, the 560 is a classic, but I want to buy them myself and, you know, repaint them and all that stuff and then auction them off. That would be very cool. Look at all that stuff. Oh my bloody gideons. Look at that. Right. So, first of all, let's do a compression test. See if anything's wrong with the... So this doesn't even look like an old car. What were they doing? Man. Yeah, 25... Ooh, engine block. Ha! A whole engine block will need to be replaced. Alright, let's take it on the test track. Oh man. What? Cannot start engine. Okay, well, then we'll have to What were they doing with this thing? Oh man. Look at all this stuff. That's gonna be the exhaust. Lack of engine power. Look at all it. This thing is gonna be our biggest rebuild yet, I think. I mean, the radiator is already completely shot. Look at that thing. Throttle. The intake manifold is just completely horrible. This is gonna be cool. A complete rebuild again. Probably the timing belt as well or something. Let's take all that stuff off. Oops. The belts, the crankshaft pulley, the roller, the alternator. This thing is coming apart. 4% on the alternator, brilliant. Everything is wrong with this car, everything. I wouldn't be surprised if we even had to put new alloys on. Oh my god, look at the timing belt. 59, that's actually not that bad. Well, to get the engine block off, we'll basically have to take everything out. So it is a complete engine rebuild. In this case, you know, if you were an honest mechanic, you would probably tell them that it would be cheaper to just buy a used engine. Oh, excuse me. Probably. I'm not sure. It might be cheaper to just buy a new used engine and put it in. Spark plugs also look pretty bad. This is cool. I like just taking everything apart. Right. And my voice is breaking for some reason. That's annoying. You know what would be really cool? If you could actually see all the parts that you've taken off, you know, somewhere on the ground. Look at this stuff. It's just horrible. What about the battery? Batteries also needs replacing. Everything I take off. This stuff looks good. The air filter looks good. The clips look okay. The springs are okay-ish. These things will need replacing. What is the minimum? 54%. Wow. setting our stuff pretty high, are we? Right, let's get underneath here. Come on. Alright. There we go. Disassemble. Disassemble. We have to get to the pistons now. Oh yeah, we have to get the oil. Oil is probably horribly dirty as well. I guess this is one of those drivers that comes in for their first service. Oh my god, it's completely black. They come in for their first service in, you know, probably like 100,000 miles or something. I've actually seen mechanics take apart an engine. There's actually a video on YouTube, go and check it out, of a mechanic taking apart an engine that was never serviced. And they brought it in, and the oil was it was crazy. They took the engine apart, you know, the block off and everything, and the oil was not oil anymore. It was, oh crap, I forgot to take the oil filter off. Actually, wait, now that we're here, let's take the pistons out. The oil was not oil anymore. It was this thick sludge caked around the walls and the corners of the block and the underside. It was crazy. I've never seen oil like that before. You know, it just shows you how horrible it can get. What do you? Oh yeah, I have to take this all apart, the gearbox. But of course, I need to take all this apart for that. Wow, this car, yeah. Is it really worth that much to them? I mean, this car is sort of scrap. Well, not scrap, but still, it's in very, very bad condition. And taking apart the engine like this, yeah, just get a new one or a used one and have the mechanic put it in. It's gonna be cheaper, I think. Because bloody hell. There we go. Right, now we can take this off as well. Oh yeah, we have to take the starter off. Man. Right. So, starter motor. And I'll have to... Oh, what's wrong? Oh yeah, the crankshaft and everything. But of course we'll have to get the thing off as well. The gearbox. An absolute complete engine rebuild. Crazy. There we go. Let's take all of that off. Now the cool thing about, you know, a complete engine rebuild in the game here is that you don't really have to worry about finding all those parts that are wrong, because as soon as you do that, you know, you've taken all the parts of the engine out, of course, unless it's like a fuel pump or something, and you're just going to find out all the bad parts. There we go. The engine is out and disassembled. That's pretty cool. That rubber bushing does not look good. And in fact, that's one of the culprits. This car, and I can see that the fuel pump is also an issue. Should we take it for a test drive now? Yeah, let's take it for a test drive. That would be... well, wouldn't really get very far. Unless you push the car. Right. Well... pretty much everything needs to go. Look at that spring. Alright, let's take some of that stuff off. Shock absorber needs to go. All this stuff. Oh, can I take it off? No. There. Yeah, I want to take everything off that's wrong with it. And then just, you know, buy the replacement parts. There's still more that we need to do. This is... what were they doing with this car? They must have bought it and then never serviced it at all. That rubber bushing is going out. There's also rubber bushing over there, I see, is completely rusted. Although, you know, a rubber bushing rusted, that's kind of a weird thing to say, but yeah, well, that's how it works. That suspension arm is shot. Well, but hey, you know, at least they've decided to bring the car in for service. Or, well, not really a service, more like a rebuild. Alright, now that's, I think, almost it, pretty much. Let's take the fuel pump out. I think that's a problem. Yep, 7%. I think that should be it. Yep, we found everything. Look at that. That is crazy how much stuff we have to buy. And you know what? I'll probably buy all this stuff off camera just to, you know, just to save you the hair pulling, you know, watching me go back and forth and forgetting stuff, what I was going to buy. But yeah, the car looks good. It's on 3 wheels. I mean, it's on 1 wheel. It's got no engine, so it's very eco-friendly and green. Well, it's blue, but there you go. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.